Hi guys, Linnea here. I wanted to talk a little bit today about magic, intention, energy, the good stuff, the basics, the backbone. I made a few notes so I wouldn't get lost, so I'm not like reading a manuscript, they're just my notes. So the first thing I wanted to talk about was intention. It's the backbone of magic. You might say it even is magic. You might say intention is magic. Without intention, you don't have magic. Intention is to believe, to know that what you're doing is going to work. That the spell you're wielding is giving you the outcome. Not to think that maybe if I do this, that's not the intention you want. Intention is knowing that outcome has already been laid in stone. It's like beginning to carve a piece of stone. When Michelangelo began to carve David, he knew that statue was going to be what he needed it to be. He knew it, and it became that. When you begin a spell, you need to know that spell is going to become what you need it to be. It is going to be solid. It's going to be carved in stone. That is intention. You need to believe it. You have to go in 150%. You can't go in half-hearted. That's intention. That's magic. So that being said, it is also not a solve-all. It's not going to solve all your problems just because you know magic. For instance, if you do a spell to help you with craving sugar, for instance. You want to stop craving sugar. So you do a spell and you put all your intention in, and you know it's going to work for you. You're going to stop craving sugar so much. Or stop craving sugar. Don't feed the opposite part of that spell. You know that you've done this spell. You've made yourself some oil. You've made yourself a jar. You've done some candle magic. Don't go grocery shopping in a week and buy a bunch of sugar, because you are working the opposite of your spell. You don't want to do that, because you've got to feed your spell. You can't go against your spell that you've made and expect it to continue to work. You can't tempt your spell not to work. In other words, it's magic is the power to manipulate energy to work in your favor. It is not the power to manipulate energy to give you the lottery, to give you the world, to give you all the answers, to cure all your ills. Life comes with problems. Life comes with problems. You're going to have problems. Today's problems that you solve, tomorrow you're going to have more. You can't tempt your spells not to work. So you're having this craving of sugar. Don't run to the sugar. You've made your oil. Use that. Utilize it. You've got your oil that you've made. Let's say you've made an oil in a spell jar to keep you. Use the oil. When you start having a craving for sugar, go anoint your wrists with that oil. Smell the oil. Put a little dab under your nose if you need to, but have a constant reminder that you are working with the energy to rid yourself of the craving of sugar. Keep it constant. Feed the spell. Feed it. The next thing I wanted to talk about was, most of all, believe that spell is working. Believe it's working. Work with it. Work with it. Don't work against it. Okay. The next thing I wanted to talk about was working with energy. When you work with energy, you use your energy. So when I'm making a spell jar, for instance, or working a candle magic, or working an oil, or working any big spell, maybe I'm having a ritual, maybe I'm setting intention in a brush to make my own hair grow. Maybe I'm setting intention in some lotion to make my skin softer, or I'm making a glamour spell in some lotion or a face cream. Whatever I am using my intention for, I'm using energy. And when you use energy, you are using your own energy, and it's depleting. It does deplete you. When you deplete your energy, you get tired, you get lethargic. If you're doing a big energy working, you're running a big ritual tonight, let's say. You've got a lot going on in that ritual. This is going to be a big one. Maybe this is a solstice. And you've got this big working plan and a very big ritual planned, and you're really going to be working it. You're going to get tired. When this ritual is over, you're going to feel drained, because you've used your energy and you're not replenishing, because maybe you don't know how. Maybe you don't know how to keep your energy replenished as you're working it. So I want to teach you a little technique. I was taught this when I went to school for crystal healing, for Reiki, chakra balancing. I went to a college to get a spiritual healing degree, and they taught us this technique, and it works very well. When you begin to work with energy, any energy, whether it's just a small spell, whether it's a big working, whether it's a great big ritual, when you're going to go to work with energy, before you start, open your crown chakra and begin to draw in universal source energy, whatever you call it. Begin to draw that into your body. Now, you're not using universal energy or source energy for your spells. You're using your energy for your spells. But if you open your crown chakra and you begin to draw this energy into your body, what you're doing is filling your body with that energy, so that when you use your energy, you're being replenished at all times. Your reserve is being filled back up. So the energy that you're using of yours, when you're setting your intention, you're not using God energy or source energy or universal energy or whatever energy you want to call it. You're not using that energy to set the intention. You're using your energy to set that intention. But you're being replenished as you do it, so that when you're done with your big working or your small working, you're not drained. You're not completely lifeless. You're not like lethargic and ready to go to bed. You feel energized. You feel full of energy and full of life. And when it's over, you're just like, yeah, that was a kick-ass ritual. I really held it on there, man. I did good. I feel great. I feel energized. I feel ready to conquer the world. That's how we should feel after a ritual. That's how we should feel. We are working magic. We should feel on top of the world. We just work magic, man. You should feel like that. That's how you should feel. You shouldn't feel depleted. You shouldn't feel drained. And you shouldn't feel worthless and ready for bed. You should feel on top of the world. So, just a little technique. When you're done replenishing, when the ritual is finished, when it's all finished, be sure you close your crown chakra. Thank the universe for its energy, for replenishing you. Thank it for giving you extra oomph that you needed, and know that you are ready to go. I think that's all I wanted to talk about tonight. I hope it helps someone. I hope that you feel that you're a little more informed. I hope you know that when you set your intention, you have to know it. That's intention, knowing it, knowing that it's already come to fruition. Visualize it. See it already have happened, not that it's going to happen, that it already has happened. Set it in stone. Know it's going to happen. Know it. Feed your spell. Don't work against it. Feed it. Don't say one thing and have your actions do another, because that's not going to help your magic along. You know, don't say I want to get along with the crew at work and then go completely against that and be rude to everyone. Don't say I want to start a new business and then squander all your money and have no savings. Don't say I want to stop craving sugar and then run out and buy a bunch of sugar. Feed your spell. Feed your spell. Work with what you've made to move this spell along. If you've made a spell jar, hold that spell jar, man. Soak up its energy. You put that energy in there for a reason. Use it. Don't just look at it. Don't just put it on a shelf and look at it and say, ooh, that's a pretty jar. You did that jar for a reason. You made that jar so it would work for you. Work with you. Utilize it. That's why you made it. If you've made an oil to help you, Utilize that oil. Use it. That's why we do it. And then remember to replenish your energy. So I hope these things have helped you. If you have any questions or comments at all, please leave them. I love to hear from people. I love questions because it gives me another thing to think about and another thing to answer. And that's always fun. So I hope it helped. I hope you have yourselves a great evening. Please remember you're divine and sacred beings of light and love. I love each and every one of you, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day, night, morning, and I hope to talk to you very soon.